Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the after show. I hope you guys are doing well. It's Sunday night. I've been actually thinking about a little bit about which watch was the American Psycho actually wearing. I tried Googling it, and that didn't work because there's so much misinformation, or they refer to the movie, and it's just everything just gets confused. So I figured, you know what? Let me get the book and let me go through every single reference of Rolex in the book. So that's what I want to do today. Just kind of slowly go through the book and answer your questions. If you guys have any questions along the way, you can talk about whatever you guys got on your mind. I dropped the link. Hello, Reinhard Lampoon, Shane, Logan Hall. Nice to see you again. Red Shovel says, I have missed most of everything of late. Hey, man, you are not the only one. I think there has been a little bit of a burnout. There's just so much watch content that we can consume. But yeah. Oh, I see Tim has moved on from Finnegan's Wake. I actually, you know what? Sungmin, come back. Give me the Finnegan's Wake. Where is it? It's over there somewhere. Somewhere over there. Yes, I actually finished the class. I got a B. Luckily, I will be selling the book if anybody's interested in. 50 cents. It's going to be Tim Wright memorabilia. Maybe someday you will be able to resell it for $10,000. You never know. Woo! But Perth letting us know that I'll come on the show soon will sound funny as I have to wear dumb face diaper. He's wearing the mask. A very rebellious way of saying the mask, but okay. And would love some Amazon affiliate links for 1080p streaming webcam. Oh, I'll get you the. I have the link. Actually, I have a perfect webcam for you. Let me just write it down. Because I will forget about it. By the way, guys, one way to help support my channel is to use my affiliate links. Affiliate perf Lux webcam. There we go. Just wrote it down. Thank you so much, perf. Really helps out. By the way, because of perf, I've bought myself. Finally, he has convinced me to get Talisker. So as you can see here, I got Talisker Storm, single malt Scotch whiskey. Oh, what about? You bought it? I bought whiskey. I should not have said it like that on air because my wife caught me. Yeah, because everybody's talking about Talisker. By the way, I went to our whiskey store over here, and they said they don't have it because it's a bestseller. They're out. So I had to go to Best Buy. Ow. Ouch. Yeah. So I gotta say it's very in this. Wait. Careful. It's in the very similar vein as Art Bag, meaning it's very powerful. it grows a beard on your face when you drink it. Literally, I felt chest hair and beard hair growing. Because I had to try it. I had to try the Talisker. This is the best seller right now. This is the best whiskey. On
Best way.
You want to sell me best way? Look, I was hoping I'm gonna get some super chats. You know what I mean? To help pay for it.
So you're gonna die with the liver disease?
No, no, no. Look, you're drinking alcohol as we speak. How can you? How can you? She's standing right there, drinking sangria, and lecturing me that I will die because I'm drinking alcohol. I mean, come on, the irony, guys. It's hilarious. You're reminding me. So you're drinking sangria as a reminder of Barcelona. That's cool. That's cool. I'll buy you more.
It's not hard liquor.
Yeah, it's a light liquor, but I just drank a very little of it. By the way, I'm gonna be drinking. You cannot. This is impossible to drink a lot. It's so strong. It burns the nostrils when you smell it.
You're gonna die.
By the way, a Bourbon Hard $2 super chat, super slap, Miss Wright. Make it a backhand. No, don't make it backhand. Just light. Oh, backhand. Okay.
Okay.
Ah, what the fuck? All right. Okay. So you're happy? We're friends again. You don't forgive me. It's always difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult, guys. Life is not easy. Perf Luxury $2 super chat. Soon we will make Talisker a scarlet as Rolex. Oh wait, scars. Oh, soon we'll make Talisker as scarce as Rolex. Yeah, guys. By the way, this stuff is apparently it's hard to get, and this is quality. So it's not cheap, but at the same time, it's not crazy expensive. I think actually I overpaid for this. This was $60 for this bottle, but when I peeled the sticker underneath it, they had it listed for 50. So I think what happened was the store, they saw that it was people were buying it, so they raised the price by $10. The gougers. Danger Will Robinson, another super slap, please. No. just what the fuck? Okay, that's it. I'm Look, I cannot take the slaps because I don't want to damage my what's it called? My feelings. She's way too into it. She slaps too hard. Ooh, Captain, $10 super chat, Dark Storm fund contribution. Thank you, Captain. I am enjoying this stuff. I'm gonna spread this. I'm not gonna drink it too quickly. Okay, she's still around because I wanted to say something, but I'll wait until she leaves. Logan Hall, is Storm better than 10? I bought 10 for 73. By the way, I saw 10 for $60. Well, plus tax, it would be 66. That's actually a question for Perf. But I put 10 as well. Hey, what's up? Why you come back?
You know that I review.
She said she'd review these streams after the air. No, don't review anything. Don't review anything, please. Oh my god, it's too funny. Realize prepare for $10. No, don't prepare for anything. I don't. No. That was the $10 was for a Dark Storm contribution. Although I feel like dark storm is brewing on the show tonight. Birmingham, $10. That's worth a two-handed slap. Aim for the ear holes, Miss Wright. No, don't aim for anything. You know what? I'm gonna switch to these headphones soon as a way of self-defense. So, okay, to protect myself. Don't stand here because that's it. We're done. We're no more slaps. I don't accept. Actually, that's it. No more super chats for the super slaps. Roar of the Tiger. Tell Miss Poor Supesto. What is it? Poor Supesto. Poor Supesto. Somebody can somebody please translate it? Poor Supesto. You heard that? I told her. Thank you. Thank you. Roar of the Tiger.
What is that?
I don't know. It's in Spanish. It's in Spanish.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my friend.
Yeah, ask your friend. Yeah, go talk to your friends. Por supuesto. Por supuesto. You heard that. All right. Let's dig into the American Psycho. As you can see it. Oh, let me resize this. Okay. Let me resize this. So what I did is I downloaded a copy of American Psycho by Bret, Easton, Ellis, and I oh my Captain, you are Tim didn't see the slap coming. Captain, you want me to get the slap for the $10? Please don't. Please. I mean, if you tell me, then I mean I'm gonna have no choice. But that will be the last one. That's it. I just really don't want. Just come on the show. Let's talk about. Oh, okay. Thank you. I mean, she did a double slap actually. She did a double, so that covers two slaps. Let's be honest. Okay. All right. So what's up?
I'm just waiting for the food.
Oh, she's waiting for the food. Okay. No more slaps. No more slaps, man. All right. So here we go. Command F. Wait. Command F. Wait. Command F. Wait. Why it's not working? Oh. F. So what I got here is in the search menu. It tells me that Rolex is mentioned 26 times in the American Psycho book. Here we go. Let's go with the first mention. Let's go through the first one. Now, this one says, grabbing my raincoat out of the closet in the entranceway, I find a Burberry scarf. By the way, American Psycho, if you guys haven't read, he is completely obsessed with the brand names. So every time he talks about or describes something, he describes it by the brand name. So he says, I find a Burberry scarf and a matching coat with a whale embroidered on it. Something a little kid might wear. So a scarf that has a little whale on it. Somebody might have to go and find which brand has a little whale. And it's covered with what looks like dried chocolate syrup croissant over the font, darkening the lapels. I take the elevator downstairs to the lobby, rewinding my Rolex by gently shaking my wrist. I say good morning to the doorman, step outside, and hail a cab heading downtown towards Wall Street. So you go, that's the first mention of Rolex in the American Psycho. He's in the elevator and he's rewinding his watch. It's pretty awesome. I'm surprised that it's not that the first time the name shows up, he's not saying anything that's a little bit more important. But let's move on to the second mention. Here there is a little exchange, and let's actually go through the whole exchange. Well, let's just start in the beginning, like in the middle. Oh, I forgot Bateman's date. Oh, okay. So he's. Oh, I forgot Bateman's dating someone from the ACLU. Price says. What bothers you about that? It's not funny, I say. It's racist. Bateman, you are some kind of a morose bastard. Preston says. You should stop reading all the Ted Bundy's biographies. Preston stands up and checks his Rolex. Listen, man, I'm off. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, same bad time, same bad channel. Van Patten says, nudging me. So here we see that a guy, Preston, that Preston is checking his Rolex, and we can see him recognizing that he his colleague, I guess. Preston is his colleague. Wow, and he checks his Rolex. Yeah, guys, don't forget to upvote. Tommy reminding us. Okay, so this was fairly kind of benign, but he didn't say that his friend was checking his watch. What time it was? He said he was checking his Rolex. In the third mention, this guy and Medicine both smile, and Ted shaking his head and shouts a name I can't hear. No, Medicine shouts, Hugh, I think. Yeah, great to meet you, Hugh. Price holds up his wrist and taps the gold Rolex with his index finger. I'll be right back, Madison shouts. Keep my friend company. Use your drink tickets. He disappears. You, Hugh, who fade into the crowd. I follow Price over the railings. So here now, I'm not sure in the movie if they had like different people wearing Rolexes, but here we see that Price holds up his wrist and taps it, and Price has a gold Rolex. Very interesting. Not a two-tone, it's not, but I wouldn't expect a writer to refer to watches as a two-tone or whatever, Oh man, what happened to my oops. What the hell? My search got all screwed up. What the hell happened? Lex. Oh damn. Hold on, guys. Okay. When was this one? How did we Logan Hall. Next time revenue stream, Tim write Audible series. Yeah. We can probably turn this into an Audible series, no problem. Yeah. I'm just curious, because there's so many of these videos out there, and everybody's saying like, "Oh, this is even Uptick actually," and this is a coincidence, but Uptick recently made a video, and he says that there's a true Uptick watches if he's watching. He said that he he made a video about the true quote unquote American Psycho movie, Rolex that was in the movie, I guess. But he was making a review of a Seiko that looks a lot like a Datejust. Then again, it's like, I'm just curious. I want to find out. That's why I'm investigating this thing. I could do it by myself, but might as well do it with you guys. Let's go through this one. Now listen, I have very important lunch meeting. I check my Rolex. At Hubert's in 30 minutes, then looking back at the woman's flat, slanty-eyed face, and I need those. No, wait, 20 minutes. I have a lunch meeting at Hubert's in 20 minutes with Ronald Harrison, and I need those sheets cleaned up by this afternoon. So again, it actually It almost feels like he substitutes word Rolex for a watch. He doesn't. He never refers to his watch. He almost like he refers to his watch as a Rolex. In the next mention, we got I fold the sheets and lay it gently on the counter. Then checking my Rolex again. Explain. I'm really late. I have lunch appointment at Hubert's. Again, there's no. This doesn't seem to be a description of what it actually is. Well, I wonder if we find out by the end of the stream. Let's see here. We got next Saturday. I ask, checking my Rolex again. She shrugs timidly. Interesting. Next one. Yes, so I have. He checked his Rolex. Trent, Denton, let's split. Reservation is in 15 minutes. Again, people are checking their Rolexes. Courtly reaches over and touches my wrist gently, stroking my Rolex. It's okay, Patrick. It really is. A sharp pain near my liver overcomes the surge of emotion, and I sit up in my chair, startled, confused. And the waiter leaves, and then Anne asks if we're seeing the recent David Onika exhibition, and I'm feeling calmer. Interesting. No, doesn't seem to be any mention. Maybe you know what? It's possible that it's quite possible that there is no a direct description in the whole book. Um, see, she's just stroking my Rolex. Very interesting. Okay, the next one. Let's do this one. Hello, McDonald's, as he passed me by, holding Friday the 13th, Part 7, and a documentary on abortion in what I noticed were nicely manicured hands, marred only by what looked like to me like an imitation gold Rolex. Wow, look at this. So, he can kind of spot whether a Rolex is uh whether it's real or not. It's paragraph paragraph up it said Pepsi. Maybe they were just drinking Pepsi. Da, 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 da. I mean, he I don't think he would refer to the Rolex as a Pepsi, but he does mention all kinds of brands. I don't see it. We'll get back to it because well, Diet Pepsi, MJT. Paragraph up. It is the Pepsi. Well, Diet Pepsi. True drinking, but still. Yeah. Let's see next one. Uh, let's see. My essence is eluding her. She stops her onslaught and breathes in and looks at me in a way that can only be described as dewy-eyed. Touching my hand, my Rolex, she breathes in once more, this time expectantly, and says, "We should do it." I'm trying to catch a glimpse of her hard body waitress. She's bending over to pick up a dropped napkin. Without looking back at Evelyn, I ask, "Do what?" "Get married," she says, blinking. "Have a wedding." "Evelyn?" "Yes, darling," etc., etc. Yeah. Again, it's just a ubiquitous Rolex, not really anything that would suggest what model it is. Uh, Here's the eighth mention. An ostrich wallet from Bosca carried $400 cash in back pocket of my black wool trousers. Instead of my Rolex, I'm wearing a 14 karat gold watch from H Stern. What the hell is a 14 karat gold watch from H Stern? Let's see. I wander aimlessly around the Puck building. First floor ballroom, bored, sipping bad champagne. Could it be a non-vintage Bollinger? Bollinger? From plastic fluted flutes chewing on kiwi slices, each topped with a dollop of Chevrolet. Interesting. really, no description again. Let's see this one. Do we now we're on the oh man, it keeps resetting. Man, this whole thing is ridiculous. Brussels, he shouts, checking his Rolex, but it's doubtful if we'll make it. Again, people are just checking their Rolex. It's not really no description. I awaken only when one of them touches my wrist accidentally. My eyes open and I warn them not to touch the Rolex, which I've kept on during the entire time. They lie quietly on the either side of me, sometimes touching my chest, once in a while running their hands over the muscles of my abdomen. I think this is one of those famous scenes where do not touch my Rolex. uh, John Gold, are we reading the lost script of Tim Wright show? No, I mean, look, I'm just trying to go through the American Psycho book to see um if which Rolex uh is he wearing in the book, and it doesn't seem to actually mention. It's just being referred to ubiquitously as Rolex, and that's it. Look at this again. On the next one, I check my Rolex while I'm buying scuffling lotion at the Clinique counter. Still Bergdorf to make sure I have enough time to shop more before I have to meet Tim Sivert. Again, just checking Rolex. Next one, I sighed. The Grinch wants a Burberry raincoat, a Ralph Lauren cashmere sweater, a new Rolex, a car stereo. Evelyn stopped sucking on the candy cane to interrupt, but you don't have a car, honey. Again, he just wants a Rolex. I mean, if somebody just wants a regular, your run of the mill Rolex, it's got to be Datejust. There's no way it's President. Next one. I think we're like more than halfway through. It's late. I don't want to go back to the office. I say, checking my Rolex. The sun setting glints off it, memorably blinding her. Why don't you come up to my place? See what's interesting. If he said like I checked what day it was on my Rolex, right? Then it would have been we would have known it was a day date, but without mentioning whether it's a day. I mean, it could be anything. It could be an Explorer One actually. Um, Jubilee says it's a day just for sure, Tim. But I mean, how do we know? Reinhard Olympus says, for the context, day just does not make most sense. Well, look, in the movie, it's a Datejust. But I almost feel like the way he talks about it, I just don't feel like a Datejust is important enough. Like when you say Rolex, is it a Datejust? It's hard, and there are no clues so far. There has been zero clues to which dial, which what kind of configuration it could have been. I mean, I thought there was more to this than before, which is only seen bits of. Joe Kramer says, I thought it was a Datejust and a Seiko in the movie. Yeah, well, actually, you know what? We just saw that it wasn't a Seiko. I think there was a reference to a different watch where he says, I wasn't wearing my Rolex. He said that, well, at least in the book, this is what he says. Instead of wearing Rolex, I'm wearing a 14 karat gold watch from Easton. Okay, so here, what is Easton? Actually, I'm gonna try to look this up after go through all of these. Easton. Now, 14 karat. Now, why is he wearing a 14 karat watch? Is this Easton watch an upgrade or is this a downgrade? It's an interesting question. So he says, let's just go through this paragraph from the beginning. There's a black tie party at the Puck building tonight for a new brand of computerized professional rowing machines. What? And after playing squash with Frederick Dibble, I have drinks at Harry's with Jamie Conway, Kevin Wayne, and Jason Gladwin. And we hop into the limousine Kevin rented for the night and take it uptown. I'm wearing a wing collar jacquard waistcoat by Kilgore, French and Stanbury from Barney's, a silk bow tie from Sales, patent leather slip-ons by Baker Vengeance. This is crazy. Antique diamond studs from Cantrell Galleries and a gray wool silk lined coat with drop sleeves and a button down collar by Luciano Soprani, and an ostrich wallet from Bosca carries $400 cash in the back pocket for my black wool trousers. I mean, this was waste of time. Okay, that was this whole paragraph was a complete waste. I mean, he just describes what the hell he's wearing. Instead of my Rolex, I'm wearing a 14 karat gold. So, what does this tell me? It tells me now he says it's a black tie party, so he's trying to wear some kind of a more dressier piece. Would a Datejust or a date be unacceptable for something like this? We're gonna have to look at this H stern to find out. Danger Will Robinson. So look up all Rolex watches, 1991 and before. That's your pool. Logan Hall, Tim, after this, can we look at the actual watch from the movie? Yeah, we can look it up, of course. And Joe Kramer says, given the movie's controversy at the time, I thought there was theory out there that Rolex didn't really want to have connections with the film, so they would use a Seiko to substitute during certain times. You know, yeah. Rolex actually, like, Omega would pay the actors to wear the Omega watch, right? Like that's why James Bond has kind of sold out. Um, I think actually, if a movie wants to feature a Rolex, Rolex won't actually pay they won't pay any brand to they won't pay any like production studio to feature their watches, which is quite interesting way to go about it. Whereas other brands would love to strap on their watch. I think like if you look at what was the Interstellar, Hamilton has actually they created a watch specifically for the movie, which was a kind of a big deal. But it's quite possible that they would you know because actually in the movie they I think we actually we seen this line where he says, "Do not touch my Rolex," whereas in the movie he says, "Do not touch my watch." Okay, let's finish this up because this is very boring and a waste of time. But maybe we'll prove some point. Yes, you can take two tonight. Oh, let's just say in around 20 minutes. I asked checking my Rolex, offering Jean a wink. She seems impressed. Did I miss the previous one? Because it's absorbed faster than if it was a room temperature. Absolutely. I checked my Rolex. Should probably be water Evian, but not in plastic. It doesn't drink water from plastic. Uh, let's see. It's late. I don't want to go back to the office. I say, checking my Rolex. The sun setting glints off it, momentarily blinding her. Yeah. Have you guys ever tried blinding somebody with the reflection of your sapphire crystal? Sometimes, actually, I do notice a reflection from the watch, but I never tried blinding anyone. Again, we don't get any clues. Listen, I've got to go. I say, checking my Rolex. I don't want to miss stupid pet tricks. Okay, the earth just opened up and swallowed people. I say, somewhat sadly. Checking my Rolex. He's always checking his Rolex. I think we're near the end. Elizabeth, I point at my Rolex. It's 3 in the morning. Can you really see 3 in the morning on a Datejust? It would be very difficult to tell the time if it was 3 o'clock. You know what? Maybe it was because actually on the Datejust, right? There is no 3 o'clock. It's a date window. Interesting. I point my Rolex. It's 3 in the morning. I wonder now if it was just a Oyster Perpetual. Huh. Let's see. Next one. Get Hamlin. Have him get him on 3-way. I spotted checking my Rolex. Hurry. Maybe we can talk to him into 1,500. Okay. Where's the next one here? Okay. The watch, the Rolex, he says simply. Oh, what does he say? He stops the cab and turns around towards the back seat. He's holding a gun, the make of which I don't recognize. I'm staring at him, my quizzical expression changing into something else. The watch, the Rolex, he says simply. I listen silently, squirming in my seat. He repeated, the watch. Is this some kind of a prank, I ask? Get out, he splits. Get the fuck out of the cab. I stare past the driver's seat out the windshield at the gulls flying low over the dark, wavy water. Opening the door, I step out of the cab cautiously. No sudden moves. It's cold day. My breath streams wind picking up, swirling it around. Wow. Getting robbed. I unhook the Rolex and slip it off my wrist. Hand it to him. So I unhook the Rolex. What does that even mean? The watch. He cocks the gun. I unhook the Rolex and slip it off my wrist. Hand it to him. The wallet he mentioned. He motions with the gun. Just the cash. Helpless, I take out my new, what's this? Gazelle skin? Okay, gazelle skin wallet, and quickly my fingers freeze numb. Hand him the cash, which amounts to only $300 since I didn't have time to stop in an automated teller. He calls it an automated teller. But I unhook. These are clues, guys. Unhook. What does that mean? It's hard to say. I unhook. Okay, I think we got like 2 or 3 to go. That is the most valuable piece of information I've heard since. I look at my new gold Rolex that insurance paid for. Ooh, it's a gold Rolex. So we get it's a gold Rolex. Gold Rolex. Look, if it's a gold Rolex, makes it really tough. That is the most valuable piece of information. Okay, let's. What is the sentence before this? That's a pretty good answer, Price says, and then adds, "You're a real nut." Huh. Mr. Oh, no. McDermott looks up with an exaggerated grin and purrs. Bud, long neck, beautiful, very civilized. Look, there is some weird stuff that's going on. I take the elevator downstairs to the lobby, rewinding my Rolex by gently shaking my wrist. So we're back at the beginning. That's it. We're done. We did get some clues out of this. Okay. Reinhard Lampoon says it's a decent discussion, and Jubilee says it's not a point. It's all great content. Hey, Look, I've been very curious about this whole idea. What is what is actually the truth? You know what I mean? Oh wait, I didn't drop the link? Maybe I did. Anyways, if anybody wants to come on and oh wait, maybe anyways, I dropped the link. Okay. So what did we find out? Okay, we find out that there's a hook, right? He unhooked it, and that once it was stolen, the insurance paid for the gold Rolex. You know, that leads me to believe that it had to be. I understand that in the movie they use a two-tone Datejust, but honestly, I don't feel like you can call a two-tone a gold Rolex. Unfortunately, and when you unhook something, very interesting phrasing. Unhook. Okay, let's just look up what they used in the movie. Rolex from American Psycho. So I feel like actually that's the shot. Let's see. Here we go. I mean, it's hard to see it from this angle, but it does look kind of like. Okay, so there was. I hope this is from the movie. Mm, but yeah, I mean, in the movie, it was a Datejust 36 two-tone with a tapestry dial. Now, what what did the date look like back then? So this would be a date. A date versus a Datejust. Man, I look, I gotta be honest. From the book, I don't think Jubilee. Did they ever make Datejust all gold? There's some lady Datejust. There's some lady Datejust that are for gold, but nothing. Not really. Not really. To your remote, Tim, I'm not clapping, I'm snapping my fingers. Hey, look, at least we went through all the 26 times it was referenced, and we can see that there's not that much to go on. There you go. A book published in 91. New gold Rolex would have been released in 90 to 91. New gold Rolexes would have been released. Let's see. Can we actually Rolexes released in 1990? Because I mean, it takes like 2 to 3 years to actually publish the book. So he probably wrote it in 1988, maybe even. We'll look at 1988. See, there's a date. Wow, and the I do have a weird feeling that it had to be one of these. So you can see the dates. I'm surprised that there is no like reference to what color the dial was or anything besides just the reference, like it's the Rolex. I find it very weird. Hmm. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's also look up what the hell this thing is. The H Stern 14K gold watch. What the hell is this thing? What the flick? Is this it? No. What the hell is this? H Stern. What is an H Stern? Is this H Stern? I don't know. No, it just says that it's It was probably one of these really ugly watches, though. It does look like something one might wear for a black tie event. Yeah. Oh, this is Piaget. Holy, what the hell? It's crazy. It's actually not that bad. This Piaget automatic. I've never seen this kind of bezel. The hobnail is very interesting. Piaget. Cool. Very interesting, very interesting. But yeah, I don't think the H Stern, that the brand doesn't exist. Oh, maybe this thing. Oh my god, is this it? H Stern. Oh my god. Guys, we found it. No, it's ugly. It's so ugly, H Stern. No. Look at this brand. It's terrible. It's terrible. Unbelievable. Although it does have an interesting concept, I guess. What is this? This is all sapphire. So the dial blends into the bezel, it looks like. Very interesting. I never seen this. This is like a blend between I freaking hate it. It looks ugly AF. But actually, it doesn't look like this kind of concept has been explored since then. Probably for good reason, because it's horrible. It kind of, it kind of looks like early Movado. It predates Movados or something. Hello, Matthew. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you, Tim?
Hey, man. Well, I just went through the whole American Psycho, through all 26 references of Rolex in the American Psycho. That thing almost killed me. So besides that, I'm doing okay.
Have you already you read the full book or?
No, no. I mean, I read the book a while ago, like a long time ago. But what I did, I just downloaded the PDF version of it, typed in Rolex in the search field, and just skipped to all the references.
I see.
And I tried to read one sentence above, one sentence below, as much as possible. It's boring as hell, but there are very little clues as to whether it was a Datejust or a date. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Wait a minute. This is not new. This is your Datejust, right?
Yeah, this is the same Datejust.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. This was your first Rolex?
First one, yep.
Cool. And then you got the sub no date, right?
Sub no date, yeah. I got that. And I wear it sometimes, but trying to keep it clean.
Mhm.
I got like one scuff on it, but it's not big.
Hey man, like I freaking love Datejust. And the configuration that you have, like it's expensive though. The fluted bezel. Um Sometimes I think about like, oh, is it worth paying the extra for that iconic fluted bezel? And if you have the money, then it's definitely worth it. If you want to save it, I don't think there's nothing wrong with going for the smooth. Smooth is also very beautiful. But I think a lot of people, because of the super crazy hype of the steel sports, everybody wants the steel sports. They actually, and they're missing out, I feel like, on the Datejust. I know I am missing out on the Datejust because of how comfortable it wears. Now, I finally I got my hands on the Explorer 1, which is kind of a Datejust. So I feel a little bit better, but still, I mean, they just such a great workhorse watch.
Yeah, I agree. The Datejust, I'm not afraid to scratch it. I
Mm.
wear it all the time. The way it's so slender
Mm.
compared to the Submariner,
Yeah,
it just wears so nice. It's so clean. It works good with like a button-up shirt compared to the Sub. It's kind of a little thicker, a little more pop. A lot of
yeah.
people will notice it more because it's like the main watch that everybody knows for Rolex.
Yeah.
So definitely
But
has a bit more pop.
and it's also not as comfortable as Datejust. As a daily wear, right? It's got all those sharp edges, and I think like I've been wearing the Submariner for I think almost like 3 years straight, and it's not until you switch to something like Explorer 1 or something that's shaped like a Datejust that you really get to appreciate. Like, wait a minute, there's a reason that they made a Yachtmaster with all those rounded edges. It's because it's so much more comfortable.
Yeah, very true. I was killing trying to get one of the Submariners. I was trying left and right
Yeah.
everywhere I could go, and then I finally bought the Datejust. And after wearing that for a long time,
Yeah.
and then getting the Sub, I
No
was like, what
regrets.
was what was I going after all these miles for? You know, this thing feels great. It looks great, and I wear it more than the Sub, to be honest. But I appreciate the Sub, and that was a big memory for me. So
Yeah. Oh, it's great to have like having one Steel Sports and actually getting the no date sub. That is such a cool combo because the no date sub, it's kind of your wind and wear. You can actually use it as like as a reverse, right? Whereas a sub was designed as a tool watch. You were actually using your Datejust as a tool watch, and the Submariner is more like your dressy piece in a way, right? So your special occasions piece.
yeah, definitely. I try not to bang up the Submariner. This one
Mm,
I already had scratches on, and it's become, whatever watch, gym, work.
yeah,
It's more of like a less noticeable, but
yeah.
definitely has a lot of memories with it and is a true stunner.
Hey,
It's like undercover.
I think a lot more people should, instead of trying to chase the steel sports that could be very, 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 very difficult to get. I think it's not settling. I think actually getting a Datejust in some kind of combination that they would actually appreciate could be a great freaking alternative. Because look, I think they're underestimated. Like I feel like, for example, if I was to start today, right? I mean, the reason I started with Submariner is because it was available. Like they told me they didn't back then they didn't even offer me the Datejust. I came in to buy the Daytona, and they said, "Well, we don't have the Daytona, but we can offer you these three, right?" And I was like, "Well, let's see it." And they had the Hulk, the Submariner, the black one, and the Batman. I was like, "Oh, as a daily, I think the Submariner will work." And I left with that one. But like thinking about like today, I wouldn't mind getting a Datejust. Uh, I would try to go for a color like a white. That's actually really good that you chose white because you can get the black because there's so many other black dial sports watches and there's not that many white besides Explorer 2, which not so many people are into. There's
Yeah.
nothing else there in white.
I,
And
I,
yeah.
I also went to a bunch of dealers. I clicked with one that I vibed with that ended up giving me the Submariner, but with all the dealers I went to, the only two watches that were really popular and actually like stood out and like even for
Mm,
the common eye you'd have interest. I seen
mm,
a Datejust 41 with the blue dial with the
Mm.
Jubilee bracelet, and then I seen a deep sea.
Oh,
And that
wow.
one, they were like, "Oh, somebody already has it's coming to pick it up,"
Yeah.
but it was in the show box, so anybody really could have gotten it.
Wow. Wow. Man, deep sea, not even sea dweller, deep sea.
It was the 43 millimeter. I don't have too much interest in that watch with my wrist size,
Yeah.
but I know it's the new 43 millimeter.
Damn. Let's see what we got here. Alex, fluted bezel looks way better on Datejust. Look, if you like, that's what I'm saying. I think definitely fluted. If you have the money, it's expensive. It's not cheap. I mean, you can save a lot of money on the smooth bezel. But definitely, if you have extra cash, that is icon. As much as a Rolex brand name icon, fluted bezel is as big of an icon to Rolex as the crown. That's I think that's their second most recognizable thing. Yoshi says, I would rather have one for the rest of your life or one cologne for where would you rather have one for the rest of your life? Wait. I'm skipping something. I missed something. Would you rather have one watch for the rest of your life or one cologne? I that's what I'm guessing. Maybe he should rewrite it because I'm confused. Teremo, I was a fan of the fluted bezel at first, but over time I really appreciate the simplicity of the dome bezel. That's why I said, hey, smooth bezel is not should not be underestimated. The way they do smooth bezel, it's pretty awesome. And the price is ridiculous. I mean, compare you can have a Rolex Datejust with smooth bezel and the date for I think like 7,000.
Plus,
What
then
else?
it's a true stainless steel, right? Because
Yeah,
there's no white gold or.
Steel Sports almost, right?
Yep.
That's what else can you what other watch can you get for that money? Well, like oh that a new Speedy. Would you rather have a Datejust or the new Speedy? That's a hard choice, actually. I think a Datejust would be more practical, waterproofness, all the good stuff.
I agree.
So you know, I love the Yachtmaster because it's a sporty watch that wears like that exactly. And a lot of people hate on the Yachtmaster actually because Rolex asks so much more money for it. It just it's out of the price range. It's just super exclusive watch. But oh my god, I mean that's like they just had sex with Submariner. That's the baby. It's amazing. They just is a great watch to start an ideal relationship with. Exactly. Paul Silicius, hello, welcome to the show. Man, there's so many. After I ended that disaster of a book search, uh, that was ratings poison. Yeah, I got downvoted into oblivion. I love it. Oh my god. Do you believe it? I might buy a new Speedy Tim over waiting for the OP Black Dial. Dude. Wow. Matthew, what do you think about that? I would
I'm not a big Omega. I only own Rolex, and Casio.
yeah.
So that's my main picks.
I think even you know what? The OP is not even that great. Like I would take Datejust over OP. I mean, I think Jubilee, uh I think OPs are great for someone who has really big collection, but Datejust is just superior. I mean, it's got more heft to it. It feels more solid.
I
There's a
think
lot
if
of yeah.
I think if you can get an OP for retail,
Yeah.
you're doing really good because a sub no date goes for crazy money, and you're getting an OP no date, which is very popular depending on the color.
Yeah, very clean. Like a
Yeah.
black one would be nice. I mean, but any color. A green, a yellow, especially if you have a favorite color. But they're so hard to get. I don't know. I don't know how feasible they are.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, I think he was waiting for some watch. Jubilee, can you update us on the state of your collection? Like, have you got a watch yet, or are you still talking to the ads? Logan says I tried a Datejust 41 blue Jubilee today. Whoo, whoo, blue Jubilee. That's freaking amazing. Blue dials are so good. Tim, did you happen to search for Datejust in the book? No, I did not. Let's confirm it. Man, this watch looks bad. By the way, I think it's most likely that he was wearing this watch to go to a black tie event party. This is H. Stern, because in the book he says that instead of wearing his Rolex, he wore a 14K H. Stern. What do you think about this, Matthew?
What kind of gold is it? Is it like 14 karat, 18
Yeah,
karat,
14K, 14K.
14K? It's definitely different.
Yeah, right. But I'm surprised that this concept of it looks like now it's either made out of plastic or sapphire. The whole almost the whole case. Look, you can see it from the backside, right? You can see that these screws screw right into the plastic of it, because look, it looks like this is either cut out of a sapphire or it looks like it's a solid piece. But it might be plastic. It might be like clear plastic. It's a very interesting concept. I haven't seen this kind of watches on the market. Looks like nobody's interested in making this kind of stuff. But yeah, let's just quickly open up, just double check that there are no references to. Wait, where's that book even? What happened to it? Did I close it? I think I closed it. I need to open it again. Yeah. I'm gonna try to open it in the meantime. What happened to it? Jeez. Oh my god, it's a disaster. Library. What the hell did I do?
So what's been up with you? Have you been going to your AD asking for a new watch, or?
I've been away. It was a PDF. Okay. So I've been away in Barcelona, right? So I just mentioned to my AD that I will be away. And then when I came back, I messaged them that I'm back. If you guys have anything for me, please make sure to contact me. I'll be back, right? They said okay, but I haven't heard. Well, it's only been a week since I got back, right? So, come on, let's do.
Yeah, you never know how they get supply.
No, there are no references to a Datejust. Let's do it. Datejust. Nope. Date. No, there are no references to Datejust or day dates in American Psycho. There you go. I checked it. Okay, let's go back to here. And we got Joe Kramer. Joe. Oh, you're sitting in the field once again.
What's going on,
What
Jim?
is that? Hey, man. What you wearing over there?
Rolex Explorer 1.
Oh, the 39.
Hmm? Yep.
Wow.
That has the
Nice.
same clasp as the Datejust, right? single or it's dual?
No, it's dual.
It's dual,
Yeah.
and that's the older one, right?
No, it's the newer one. Well, no, technically, yeah, you'd be right in saying old one.
Oh, is it
The
Mark
new
1
one's
or
out
Mark 2?
36 mil. It's the Mark II.
Mark 2. Very nice.
So it has the double to point clasp on it
Yeah, I
rather
like
than
that.
just a single. So
Let me put you full screen. Nice. Yeah, look, I think a lot of people say, because there has been a lot of backlash to the 36, and at the same time there's been a lot of love for the 36. I think like that model specifically, it's going to be it's probably going to be like the best of the both worlds, because you do have the awesome easy link clasp, and the size is more kind of more wearable, I guess, for most people for daily use.
well, I feel like the 36 mil you'll really love it because the 36 mil is brought back for the fans. The
Yeah.
true Rolex fans. That they want to see it back in the 36.
Hmm.
I feel like if you're part of that true fan base, you absolutely are over the moon to have the 36 mil back into
Yeah,
the
it's like
lineup.
the Submariner no date, right? A Submariner has to be no date, right?
Correct. And now, correct
Yeah.
me if I'm wrong, but early concepts of the sub, it came out originally in 36 mil, correct?
Oh, actually, I think it was like 37, 38.
Either way,
Like,
though, do you think if they brought it back to, like, say hypothetically they brought it back in a 37 mil, like like the Yacht Master, do you think it
yeah.
would sell well? Do you think it would sell even better than like the 41 mil? Or do you think it would just be a flop because the sub has always been so big and beefy?
This is very interesting, actually. Very interesting question. I mean, if you there's a lot of confusion about what was the first like Submariner, because Rolex released like there was a lot of batches of like 100 pieces, 200 pieces of these experimental subs. There's like subs that they have no Submariner on them, right? There's a lot of batches that had two sword hands, right? There's the big crown Submariner, and all of them are. And there's like, I mean, I'm not an expert in that field, but if you go back to those early years, the first 5 years, every year there was a different sub coming out, right? So there's a lot of confusion and a lot of experimentation, because Rolex, they didn't know what they were doing back then. So it's hard to say which one was original. Everybody there's people say like, oh, well, the Submariner. Some people count the Submariner only when the Rolex put the word Submariner on it. But it was like 3 or 5 years after they actually made the Submariner. So if Rolex made let's say I think if Rolex made a no crown guards Submariner, no date, I think that would be fantastic. I think just removing the crown guards would make it feel more original, because there was quite a lot of time until Rolex actually put the crown guards onto the Submariner. I feel like that's the most distinguishable feature of the early Submariners, especially in like not super crazy enthusiast mind, right? When I think of the first Submariner, I think of just no crown guards. I don't go but like the big crowns, the small crown, the sword hands, the etc. Blah blah blah. Right? To me, it's just the no crown guards that matters. And I think if they did it, that would be crazy.
Right.
What do you guys think? Are you feeling a no crown guard Submariner? Is anyone out there wants a no crown Submariner?
I think those who do just buy a tutor, don't they?
right? That in many ways, right? That's what the Black Bay 58 is, right? That's the Submariner. That's a callback to the Submariner of the old days. No crown guards, 39 mil size, which is that smaller size. It's not 38, but still, it's almost like Rolex is testing out the waters. Do people want the no crown guards watches? I don't think they will ever make a no crown guards sports watch though. It's just like the crown guards, just they feel.
Well, technically, the Milgauss is a no crown guard sports watch, is it not?
Yeah, yeah. Air King as well. Actually, look, the Explorer one, right? That's no
Yeah,
crown
right. The
guard.
Explorer.
Yeah,
Okay, so there's a fair amount of them out there then.
yeah. But
It's
like,
just not in the divers collection then, essentially.
yeah, or like GMT Master 2 or the Explorers, right? It's almost like there is a light sport, and then there's the hard sports. There's-
Right.
yeah. If I was like a super rich fiker, you know what I would do? I would buy 2 Submariners and then take one to some professional watchmaker and have them shave off the crown guards.
Ooh.
I know it would be crazy. I mean, you have to be an American psycho to do it, but it would probably look so awesome.
Do you ever bang up the points on the Daytona or the screw-in?
On the Daytona?
Yeah, because they have the 2 ones with no blockage like the Submariner has with their dial, with their turn knob.
Oh, you mean no, actually, because I don't know, they're kind of protected. Actually, if you think about it, actually, the the pushers on the Daytona are guarded by. Let me pull it up. You'll see it that they're actually a kind of they're actually kind of crown guards on it in a way. Let's see here. So it's almost like it's almost like these pushers are guarded by the spade, the lug and the thing. So it's quite difficult to, but you look at this and you think like, why does the Daytona even need crown guards, right? Because in some way the pushers are a kind of a crown guard. They act like a crown guard, right?
Yeah, but you have to unscrew them, right, to get them to work.
Yeah,
Correct.
and then they really stick out. Yeah, they stick out like crazy then. Oh, look at this. There's a little video here. This is new. Whoa. What is this? I haven't seen this before. Oh, you can see how the ceramic bezel looks like when it's detached. Very interesting. Oh, there you go. You can see it. Yeah, you see how it sticks out.
I don't know who said it, but yeah, I think having a screw-in chronograph on your pushers, anyways, I think that's really dumb. I think that's the reason why I'm just not excited about it personally.
Yeah. No, it makes it unusable. I can probably count how many times I use the chronograph on one hand.
Like the Speedmaster, I don't think I ever used the chronograph for a legitimate purpose, but it was always fun to just play with and just kind of think, and just continue to push it in and out and reset it all the time. This one, I get why though. I mean, it's more waterproof than the Speedmaster because it's screwed in, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Actually, not only is it more protective because when you screw it in, they're waterproof, but also actually because you have to unscrew them to fuck around with them, right? It's
Right.
They're basically Rolex is using people's laziness against them because you're gonna be too lazy to unscrew them to kind of like when you're bored, right? Because if you're bored, you could be
Right.
just kind of clicking around and putting unnecessary wear and tear on your watch by putting the screw it
Tim.
actually prevents you from doing that.
Tim, I got a question.
Yeah.
So I am thinking about selling this watch here.
Wait a
I
minute.
got it
Wait,
just a
wait.
couple days ago.
Oh my god.
I'm thinking about selling it.
What?
I think it's a great watch. It's a beautiful watch. It's the medium size, so there's nothing on the back. But
Mhm.
it's medium size.
You can get it engraved.
I know I could, but I don't know. I don't know if I really want to, because then that would imply I'm going to keep it.
Can we see it how it looks on your wrist?
Yeah. So like the medium actually kind of comes off as like a legitimate size on me. I would say like I
Yeah.
wouldn't call it a large, but um. But I mean, I just don't wear it enough. I've worn it maybe. I mean, I've worn it around the house, but I've never worn it to an actual event because it's just a watch that is solely dress watch. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a watch that you're kind of stuck with in one mode.
It's pure dress watch. I mean, it's only for special occasions. That's it.
Right. I mean that's its downfall.
Oh, but it
Is
looks
it
great.
being just a one trick pony.
Wow.
Like I said, it's a beautiful watch, but I don't want to have this watch in my watch box taking up space.
But dude, you know what? This could be a great watch to wear to the strip club.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. And it's a great watch to wear there too. But I also like to wear steel sports.
Yeah. Especially
And
if
I
you get a
just cut my
squirter,
tutor
you
out of the
never.
lineup as well. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe cutting this one at the same time. So
Damn. Can I see? Can you send me like just a quick shot of your collection after the live stream?
yeah, I could. Yeah, my lineup is not set up. I don't have a finalized roster anymore. But yeah, for a while I had the tutor. Then obviously this. I might sell this one. Um, and so
Which tutor was that?
I had the 58 in blue. I had the 58 in
Fif-
blue.
Wow.
So there was nothing wrong with that 58 in blue. I absolutely love the watch. I really do. Perfect daily driver.
Yeah.
But when I looked at my roster, I had too many divers on hand. So it was either cut the Submariner, cut the Yachtmaster, or cut the Black Bay 58. And the Black Bay 58 just made the most sense. So nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it. Perfect size, perfect. Everything was just perfect. It was just too repetitive. Even if it
Yeah.
being blue in color, I decided time for it to kind of go. I might replace it. I will replace it. I just don't know what with.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's Tudor is a very interesting watch. Just it's fun. It's a kind of a fun little beater. By the way, Alex K is also selling his. Uh. Uh. What's it called? The reverser. He's selling his reverser. How much did you buy that reverser for?
I
If you don't
got
mind.
I got an okay deal on it. I paid $6,000 for it out the door. So
Six thousand.
it's not like I stole it from the AD, but I thought it was okay. 6K out the door. I didn't think was terrible.
Yeah, no, that sounds reasonable. Actually, I like the reverser, the one you have. JJ also has a reverser, but he's like super complicated. With
Right.
the whole annual calendar. Look,
Right.
as much as I love complications, I personally would never buy super complicated watches because of just the headaches that come along with it. So,
Right.
I mean, look,
I mean, I openly kind of, I kind of said on when I was on JJ's stream, I'm like, yeah, I went the cheap route with this because, I don't wear three-piece suits. I don't dress up in suit enough. If I
yeah,
did, it might be a different conversation. I probably would have gone something with a little bit more pizzazz on it. But given that I don't dress up a lot, I just went with the entry-level model on it. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a great watch. I mean, I'm thankful to have it, but at the same time,
yeah,
it's just gonna sit there and collect dust. There's no point in me having it.
yeah. I mean, I think you're not gonna have trouble selling it, especially. I mean, that's a beautiful watch, white dial, brown leather strap. Um, Alex says you can still wear it casually. You could.
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Hmm. I mean,
Or
maybe if
if
you
you,
lived in New York City or in the city, then you could wear it casually. But
well, no,
in
like it's
countryside,
just like wearing jeans, and then like sneakers, and then trying to wear a JLC reversal with the t-shirt. It just looks
yeah.
out of place, really out of place.
But when did you get it? You said you just got it like yesterday,
No, like a week ago now, I
a week
suppose.
ago.
Mhm.
Okay, well, just give it a couple more weeks. Now that you have it, look, a reverser. If anything, it's something that you should kind of have some fun with, so that later if some people say, "Hey, you should get a reverser," you can say, "Look, I had one. I had fun with it, and it wasn't for me. I moved on." I've never had reverse in my life. I would love to have like a one watch that I flip through just in order to experience more.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just stuck with like Rolexes, and there's more to life than just Rolex. So having a Tudor or JLC reverser or other watches, just I'm even thinking like Piaget or just something weird.
I think the JLC with the see-through back, like the JJ LeCoultre has,
Yeah,
that's a killer. When you have
it's
that see-through back, it's like double show.
it's crazy. That watch is absolutely crazy, but the headaches with it as well. You have to be really brave. You have to be really, really brave.
But yeah, I mean, guys like that will also have like a 321 in their collection as well, and it's no
Yeah,
problem. I mean, guys like those know what they're buying, know how much it's going to cost in the long run, so buy.
yeah. Toyota Mo. Honestly, I never got into reverse. I've tried them on, and just not for me. I can respect the history though. Yeah. Look, it says the dealer will only pay 4K for medium-sized reverser. Just keep it or lose 2K. I think he can
I
probably
mean,
sell
if
it.
I lost 2K, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, in all things considered,
I
if I
mean,
could
you
fit
can
it into
probably get
something.
more by selling it back to your dealer, right? Where you bought it. Where
No,
would you?
no,
No.
probably not. No,
Hmm.
I'd say they'd probably hit me at low threes. I mean, but I could
Mm.
sell it probably in one of my groups, anyways.
Hmm. Look, maybe you can sell it for 5. Then
Five and a half.
5.5. Yeah, I mean, look, I think that's a great. It's a great freaking little watch. Um,
Right.
yeah, I would actually value it personally. I would value simple watches more than the super 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 complicated, because I don't know. It might be. I would be afraid to buy something like that because JLC, man, they charge big money for repair. They don't bike around. They actually go pretty bananas with their service costs.
Right. And like I said, you can say 100% I went cheap route with this one, but I just wanted something very basic, something very simple, because I didn't want to buy. I was considering either buying this or a
Yeah.
Grand Seiko, and I came real close to buying the Grand Seiko. In all honesty, I just couldn't. Again, I couldn't convince myself to drop down $6,000 for a Seiko. I just can't convince myself that's a bargain or a steal of a deal. I just can't do it. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
man. You know those what those quartz Grand Seikos, right? What do they go for? Like
Yeah,
2,500,
$3,000, give or take.
3 grand? Okay. What if they took that white birch dial and put it into the quartz Grand Seiko and charged 4,500? What about then?
Well, there's actually a debate on whether Grand Seiko actually just used the white birch style and then flipped it sideways and put it on their GMT and then just blued it up a little bit. I mean, it's a legitimate debate in the Grand Seiko in the club. It's like a legitimate debate. And
Maybe
I
they.
don't know. I mean, sometimes
But which one came out
the
first?
arguments are convincing.
Which one came out first?
I think the Spring came out first. Like the Spring GMT came out
Oh
first.
yeah, man. Maybe they're like because probably making it blue is there's like extra steps. maybe some engineer in there was like, "Hey guys, if we just stop here on the step one, we can make more money than than doing all these extra steps." No, actually, that's how they came out with the bottled water. Coca-Cola, they were selling Coke in like Britain or something like that, and they were cleaning the water and processing it, and some guy was just like, what if we just bottle this thing without adding all the sugar and the vanilla? We can we can charge the same money and give people less. And that's how bottled water industry started. Crazy stuff. So
Oh, this reminds me. Is Marco gonna be on or not? Do you know?
no, no, Marcus? Wait, who?
Yeah, Marco. Because I know he was like me and him were kind of having like a small debate on what his first knife should be. Um,
Yes.
Spyderco or Benchmade or Chris Reeves. And I got to thinking about it. So looking at my collection of knives here,
Ooh.
and I figure this one would probably be his best bet. Except get it in a smaller
Oh,
version.
hold
The
on. Let's see. What
Benchmade
is that?
Osborne.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
you should get it in this variant, and then you should get it in the 2.9. I think he'd really like it in the 2.9. This one's a 3-inch, but I think he'd really like it. The way it handles, the way it feels. I think he'd really enjoy it. So, Marco, if you ever watch this video, I think this
Um,
is what you should go for instead. Except to get it in the 2.9 blade length as
oh,
opposed to the
Marco,
3
Marco.
inch.
Oh, wait. How much is one of those?
I think the 2.9 is $300. I could be wrong.
Oh,
If you
it's
get
not
it from
cheap.
Blade HQ. So
Wow.
no, not exactly cheap, but the service stands. The service you get good service on it. So
Okay. Now that was Benchmade.
yep. Hmm.
Benchmade. Interesting. Benchmade. Yeah, I mean, I bought that Chris Reeves at a crazy discount from JJ, but I the Benchmade, it looks like it's got a little bit more kind of advanced. What's it called? Like the mechanism, because the way you
I
open
mean,
it,
I
everything.
keep mine intentionally loose. You'll see
Hmm.
some guys on these where they'll really tighten them up because they just don't like to be able to flick them around like this.
Ooh.
I keep mine intentionally loose, so I just kind of back off a little bit. So that's why I can have mine always loose. But you'll see
Uh-huh.
guys where you'll actually have to physically push it open, as opposed to it just to fall in.
So it does have
The
like some kind of a tension mechanism.
Yeah. So with Spyderco though, I mean, you can always do the Spyderco flip where you put your finger in the hole here, and you just kind of flick it open like
Ah,
that, and then just leave it
wow,
fall. I have to loosen this one up a little bit, but
wow. I mean, look, those two knives look like actually like a three-piece could be really cool. A Spyderco, a Chris Reeves, and what's the other one?
so I mean this one's a Benchmade, but this one is a limited edition run. I don't know if they're making these anymore.
Oh, so those
Um,
are the two Benchmade. Okay, but
so
that
this
looks like a
this
not. That
Spyderco
would be an
is
awesome three-piece. I really like that. That design. Actually, I see that knife all the time with that big
it's the
hole
most
drilled in.
iconic Spyderco. I mean, it's like the
Yeah.
Seiko of Spydercos, honestly.
Okay.
But yeah, it's but I'll tell you what, Tim, I've been using this. I've been using this little guy probably for the most part.
Oh, what is
This
that?
Microtech. It's a Microtech.
Ah.
This little
Oh, it's spring
ultra
loaded.
front one.
Oh,
Damn.
But I kept it
Sheesh.
intentionally small. So if we take a look at it, it's not much bigger than
Wow.
than this watch. But I keep it intentionally small so it's pocket size. So
Well, you got quite a collection of
I
knives
used to have a
there.
grand collection of knives until I sold them all.
Damn. You know what? Ari says that those spring-loaded knives are illegal in Canada.
They're illegal here in the U.S. I mean, in the U.S.
Mm,
too, but it doesn't mean you can't own them. It's just you can't
right.
be seen in public with them, kind of.
Yeah. Matthew, do you have any knives?
I only have one from a roommate I used to live with. He
Mm.
left it when he moved out, and I kind of got it pretty dirty. It's like a hunting knife, like skinning or something like that. But
Oh,
this is kind of
wow.
what it looks like. Yeah,
Man, that looks.
I've used I've used it for some other things. You know what I mean? So it's not the best looking.
Yeah.
I use it for the dirty work. I use it for the dirty work. A free knife, you can't go wrong.
Okay. Looks like you need one of those spider coats though. That's one and done. Or Chris Reeves. Probably can't go. I
I'm
mean, unless
surprised you're not into knives, like really big into knives. As much as you go camping and hiking, I'm surprised
Yeah.
you're not like really big into it.
Mm. Oh, actually, because they're heavy. Hikers they never use knives.
I've never come across a hiker who says that. I've never come across
Really?
a genuine hiker who says, "Oh, I don't carry a knife on my expeditions because it's too heavy."
Yeah. You want to see my hiking knife? Look, I'll show you right now.
He carries guns.
He probably uses
I'm
that Bear Grylls
trying to
stuff.
cut. I'm trying to cut every last inch of weight when I go hiking as I can, and there's never a time when I use the knife. The only thing that I have, and this is it's this thing, like right here. Hold on.
Oh, a Swiss Army knife, right?
Oh, wait, hold on. That's bad. It's this way. Okay, here we go. It's gonna focus. There we go. It's a Swiss Army with a nail clippers, and it does have a knife. Let me show you.
Okay, so there you go. So you actually do carry a knife with you then.
I wouldn't call this a knife. Look at this.
Tim, I
But
think you should honestly look into the Benchmade bug out, the 507, I think it is, the reference number. It's like plastic handles. I mean, it's lighter than heck. I think
I
you should. I think you would dig it.
never used the knife on this knife. Only nail clippers and the toothpick and the. Actually, I did use what's it called? The tweezers.
Like, do
So
you have to refill that toothpick every time, like you use it, or it's like one of those
no,
metal rod ones?
it's plastic. It's plastic. It's reusable. It's plastic. It's the plastic.
Okay.
Hey, you can just clean it. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, it's just plastic. So you just clean it and you recycle it. Yeah, it's kind of dirty, but when you're hiking, when you're on the trail for like well, I haven't been more than 5 days, but I'm gonna go on this hike. It's gonna be a month. Hopefully, I'm gonna take this one with me. There you go. I'm gonna take this and the Explorer One. Although I don't know if I will ever use this. This thing's actually quite heavy. It's like an ounce,
I can believe
maybe
that as a
two.
multi-tool.
Yeah, I have what it's called. I have a Leatherman Wave. I saw you got one as well. You were opening the beer with it. Man, that thing is so heavy.
Right. That I can believe. That I can believe.
There's some
Um.
people who take that stuff with them. That they look ridiculous.
Well, yeah. When I used to go trail hiking, I wasn't really big into it. I would just walk the local parks just for general exercise. I'd always have like a Leatherman on me, and yeah,
Mm,
that alone is a lot of weight to kind of carry around.
mm. Jeromo says Joe K knows nothing about base weight.
I mean, he's right. He's right.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. It's a little bit different kind of hiking. Shane, there's difference between camping and hiking. Yeah, there's people. My backpack is super super ultra light. Shane went camping. Camping. The keyword here is camping. Last month with a buddy who doesn't carry tent. Oh, he doesn't carry tent stakes because of the weight. His tent was blowing all over the place, nearly into the campfire. You know what? That's ridiculous. I understand. Some people are crazy like that because you could, for example, if you lose a 10 stake, you could use like sticks, but that's only for emergencies. 10 stakes are they're mandatory. Some people carry like 6 10 stakes, which is super dumb. I mean, I actually carry 10 stakes because I carry 8 for my 10th and 9th just a replacement if I lose one. So I do worry about the base weight, but let's be honest, that's stupid. But yeah, there's people who like they actually take their toothbrush and cut it in half to save some weight. That's what? It's ridiculous. But yeah. Toyota Joe Kramer, wearing a 36 millimeter compared to 39 when hiking is a difference between life and death.
Between life and death.
Yeah. After 2,000 miles,
Yeah,
it will actually.
I can kind of mildly understand where where you're coming from. So when I pheasant hunt, I try and go with as little stuff as possible. And most of the time I won't wear a watch. So
Wow.
maybe I can understand a little bit.
Yeah.
Adding as less weight as you possibly can.
There you go. You see, we're learning, guys. Everyone is learning. That's what we like to do on the show. To learn a little bit. Shane, he's traditionally a hiker, but we were just out camping. Yeah.
Camping or glamping, there's a difference.
He was trying to bring some of his camping. He was trying to bring his hiking philosophy into camping, which you shouldn't do. You shouldn't confuse those two things. There's also like day hiking. Yeah. You're wrong. Adding gold to an Explorer 1 is more important than carrying a knife to tip. Yeah. Oh my God. Actually, psychologically, I think a two-tone Explorer 1 would have been very helpful because, sometimes when you're hiking, for hiking, it's the most important thing is motivation. And when you got the two-tone Explorer 1 on, you have to live up to 50 years of exploration. When you feel like giving up, you look on your wrist and you say, those fikers before me did it, and I have to push to the limit, and gives you a boost of energy. So I feel like Explorer 1 two-tone is a celebration of everything that Explorer stands for. So I do not mind adding those additional couple of ounces for all the benefits that it can give me. Potentially. REG, all Steel Explorer is for real hikers, for survival. Two-tone is for hiking amateurs. One day, maybe I will be able to get that two-tone. Someday. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Matthew, thank you for coming on to the show, rescuing me.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
That was awesome. Maybe we should do it again. Yeah, if you see a free spot, please join. Joe, thank you for coming on to the show and sharing your trials and tribulations, knife collection, and hopefully you will not lose out too much on the Jaeger LeCoultre, the Reverso. Maybe you should be able to get out as unscathed as possible. JC, thank you for watching. Rover the Tiger, come on, Tim. Who gives you camping tips? Alec Baldwin. Susan, good night. Sorry, guys, for that long and boring segment where I just looked through the book. I had to do it. I freaking had to do it to live at peace. I think we found out that, you know what? It's impossible to know. In the book, it doesn't say. It doesn't say which watch. Is it Datejust? Is it Explorer? Oh, is it Day Date? We will never know. So with that, have a good night, everybody.